Hello, I'm Malvika Patel, and today I'm here to read my story to you, Who Made a Hole in the Chicken Coop? So, there's a giant hole in this coop, and we're about to find out who made this hole and why. So, stick around and try to guess along as we read the book. Who do you think made the hole and why? So here are all the characters in the book. There's Papa Chick, there's Melly, Little Jim, then there's Carlos, Big Brother Carlos, and there's Mama Chick. One sunny morning, Mama Chick walked out of her coop. She stopped and stared. Papa Chick, have you seen this? So Papa Chick's just laying here on a stack of hay. He's bothered. But when Mama Chick asks him, he says, "That is a giant hole," he remarked. "Who could have made it?" Mama asked. A wee head popped up from the ground. "I think it was Mrs. Bunny," said Little Jim. "There's Little Jim over here. She sniffs around a lot." "I don't think she would," Melly whispered. "Will you pay her a visit, Papa?" Mama asked. So Papa Chick nodded and strutted off to look for Mrs. Bunny. "Mrs. Bunny," Papa cooed, "do you know anything about the hole in our coop?" So you can see here, Mrs. Bunny is busy burrowing a hole in the ground. And her little bunnies are here with their juicy carrots. But as soon as Papa Chick talks to them, startled, Mrs. Bunny wiggled her nose and ran into her hutch. Papa Chick decided that she was too timid to make a hole in their coop. Olivia came by to scatter their seed that day. The chickens flocked together to get her to see the hole. That only scared her away. "Well, it isn't Mrs. Bunny," Papa Chick reported back to Mama. "What about Miss Purr the cat?" suggested Sky Chick. "She meows every time she walks by our yard." "You needn't be scared," Melly said softly. "It wasn't her. When Miss Purr slinks by that morning, all the little chickens scurried to the coop. So even though Melly warned them, they're still scared of the cat." Mama Chick clapped her feathers together. "Chicks, we're going to do a head count," she said. 1, 2, 3. They counted down to the last chick. Miss Purr's sharp claws and shiny green eyes look scary, but all my chicks are here. So Mama Chick was certain that Miss Purr had not made the hole. The next day Tim came to clean the coop. They flocked towards him, hoping he'd see the hole. He left faster than he had come in. "It has to be Mr. Wolf the dog," Little Jim announced importantly, his head raised high. "It wasn't him either," Melly mumbled. "He's our friend," Pip said. "Yes," chimed in Cuckoo Sky and Germ Chicks. So they're out playing with him. He's their friend. So they said they don't think it's him. Who else could it be, I wonder? "Mama, could it have been the sheep? Could it have been the sheep, Ingrid, or maybe Bertha?" Papa Chick suggested. "I don't think it was them," Melly said, her voice barely a squeak. "Let me speak to the lasses." Mama set off for the pasture. So at the pasture, Ingrid was smelling the yellow daisies. Bertha was chewing the green grass. She smiled with each bite. Mr. Wolf the dog nudged them to move to their pen. They did not budge. They could not have snuck into the yard to make a hole in our coop, Mama Chick figured. We would have had to push them out ourselves in the morning. She threw her wings up in the air and shuffled back to the hen yard. She thinks it wasn't the sheep for sure. If it wasn't Mrs. Bunny or the sheep, Mama sighed, who could have made the hole? Mr. Oinkers snorts all day and night, Germ Chick declared, jutting out his chin. I'm sure it was him. I'm sure he didn't, said Melly, slightly louder but still unheard. Big brother Carlos stomped over to the pigsty. The pigs were sprawled in the mud. Hey, Oinkers, Carlos called, his chest puffed. Oinkers opened one eye. Come over here. We can't move right now. They didn't twitch when Carlos was pecking distance away from their blubbery pigskin. These boys are too lazy to make the hole in our coop, Carlos thought. He scuttled back to the chicken yard. Later that day, Tim returned to clean the coop and refill the chickens' water. He stopped short at the coop, bending down. How had he missed such a huge hole? Is this what the chickens had been trying to show him? Had any chickens gone missing? That wouldn't be good. He turned around and began to count. Phew, he thought. All the chickens are here. We don't have a predator on the prowl. Quick as a wink, he fetched his toolbox and repaired the hole. So the hole's all repaired now, right? But we still don't know who made the hole. The chickens gathered around Mama and Papa. Carlos crossed his wings over his chest. Well, I guess we'll never know who made the hole in the coop. So now that the hole's closed, he thinks, well, that's the end of the story. But it isn't, right? We don't know who made the hole yet. It was me, Melly confessed, her eyes on the ground. Mama, Papa, and all the chicks looked at Melly with beaks wide open. They're all very surprised. Why would Melly make the hole in their coop? But why did you make the hole, Melly? Asked Mama, her eyes wide with surprise. I didn't want to be cooped up forever, Mama, Melly said. I want to go out into the world. I want to have an adventure. It's dangerous out there, my sweet pea. Mama Chick folded Melly into her wings. Papa Chick touched Melly's shoulder. You must go, Melly. You should go on your big adventure. Be brave and smart, and you will be safe. Then, when you want to come home, we will be here waiting for you. Mama Chick wrapped a few grains for her and tied them to a stick. She had made the hole in the coop but had not been brave enough to fly out of it. Now she had all the encouragement she needed. And Melly set off on her great adventure. So that's Melly walking away with her grains on a stick. And that's the end. So kids, I know you're all dying to have so many adventures, and this summer you haven't really been able to. So drop your comments in the link below. I'd love to know about what kind of adventures you've been having and what kind of adventures you want to have. So I'd love to hear from you, and I also want to know who your favorite character was from the book. So I have one character which a lot of kids like, so let's see if that's your favorite character as well. Thank you so much for listening to the story. Until next time, bye.